this year's Golf Classic possible.
Working together, we can make a difference. Absolutely.
Finding the stories you didn't know were there. News Channel 5 investigates.
Fuzzy math. Claims of a low student dropout rate in Texas simply don't add up. Quality time on Father's Day for Presidents 41 and 43. California's governor under fire as a recall campaign picks up steam. And girls of the gridiron. Women's football is proving to be more than a passing fancy.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. John Roberts is off tonight. I'm Cheryl Atkinson. With public school performance a major issue nationwide, the academic claims of the country's second largest state are under new scrutiny tonight. A major investigation reveals that students are dropping out in far greater numbers than officially reported. And as Randall Pinkston reports, the findings could have an impact far beyond the Lone Star State.
Juana Juarez dropped out of Houston's Sharpstown High School.
I told them I was leaving to go to work.
But that's not what school officials reported to the central office. Records obtained by CBS affiliate KHOU show that Juarez was listed as a transfer to a charter school. In fact, of 463 students who left Sharpstown, none were listed as dropouts, allowing the school to claim a dropout rate of 0. This counselor said school officials discouraged students from disclosing the truth.
They'd have to sign off at the bottom, and they were persuaded to sign off saying that they were transferring to another district.
The KHOU report triggered an investigation by the Texas Education Agency. KHOU obtained a draft of the TEA's report on nearly 5,500 students during the 2000-2001 school year. It found that the Houston district, the state's largest, had misreported nearly 3,000 dropouts. The TEA is recommending a downgrading of the rating for 14 of 16 schools which were audited and lowering the entire school district from academically acceptable to unacceptable. Embarrassed school officials acknowledge they have a serious problem.
We will take responsibility for correcting identified problems.
But the problem extends beyond Houston. The fallout over the dropout controversy could reach Washington.
That's because President Bush, when he was governor of Texas and a presidential candidate, pointed to Houston's high test scores and low dropout rate as a model for the nation, and tapped then Houston Superintendent Rod Page as his education secretary. Today, a spokesman for Page insists he had a strong record of achievement as Houston superintendent, that he used internal data controls, and that any problems happened after Page left in early 2001. Back then, he was heralded as a man who created a miracle in a troubled urban school district. Critics now wonder whether it was a miracle or a mirage. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, New York.
Vermont's Howard Dean is winner of this weekend's presidential straw poll at the Wisconsin Democratic Convention, but it's a long way from a straw poll to the White House, especially when the present occupant commands a huge campaign fundraising machine. Paul Moniz has those numbers.
I'm Howard Dean. It's time for the truth.
17 months before the 2004 election, Howard Dean has launched a $300,000 ad campaign trying to woo voters in the Iowa caucus. The former Vermont governor and his 8 Democratic challengers face nothing short of a fundraising tsunami from President Bush's re-election committee, a machine that almost effortlessly rakes in cash.
Thank you for your support. It makes a huge difference.
May 21st, President Bush breezes into a D.C. fundraiser with no tux. He doesn't even stay for dinner. One 20-minute speech later, and his campaign banks $22 million, a fundraising rate of about $1 million per minute.
I think President Bush really enjoys fundraising. I think he sees it as a competitive game.
And so far, he's way ahead. For the first 3 months of this year, the 9 Democrats raised only $26 million combined. Leading the pack, North Carolina Senator John Edwards at $7.4 million, followed by Senator John Kerry and Representative Dick Gephardt. Senator Carol Mosley Braun has brought in next to nothing. President Bush is expected to raise an astounding $200 million for 04. That is double what he raised in 2000. One fundraising bright spot for the Democrats, internet contributions. Howard Dean's campaign has already made $1 million that way.
The internet will be more important in this election. It was significant the last time for Senator McCain.
Still, Democrats face burning through what money they do raise in the bruising primary season. Meantime, President Bush can sit on his war chest for months because he has no Republican challengers. Paul Moniz, CBS News, New York.
The roadmap for Middle East peace was on President Bush's mind today after church in Kennebunkport, Maine. He said he believes peace is possible, but called on the world to deal harshly with the militant Palestinian group Hamas. President Bush is spending Father's Day with his father. White House correspondent Mark Knoller tells us the two treasure a unique and trusting relationship.
Even for the president, it was a day for spending quality time with his dad. Though to hear the object of that affection, it may have been a bit overdone.
We'll play golf with Dad, fish with Dad, have lunch with Dad. A little much, isn't it?
What about dinner?
Dinner with Dad. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Only once before in American history has there been a father-son pair of presidents. But by the time John Quincy Adams became the 6th chief executive in 1825, his father, John Adams, was aged, ailing, and by the following year had died. By contrast, George Bush the elder is robust, and he and his son genuinely appear to enjoy each other's company. During the last 3 days alone, they've spent hours together playing catch and release with the fish in the coastal waters of Maine. A family friend and former White House aide who knows them both describes their relationship in idyllic terms.
Warmth, love, but above all respect. Respect for each other. The father respects the son respects the father.
Those in a position to know say the president consults his father frequently. Even on the day of the 9/11 attacks, Mr. Bush called his dad from Air Force One. They deal with weighty world issues, but they say that love and family supersede affairs of state.
It's about family, not history, not titles, not entitlement, not legacy.
The defining moments have been family moments.
It's human nature that sons learn from their fathers, but in the case of the Bushes, the stakes couldn't be higher, as the current president seeks to avoid the mistakes his dad made in failing to win a second term. Mark Knoller, CBS News, with the president in Kennebunkport, Maine.
Former Oklahoma Governor Frank Keating, head of a Catholic church panel investigating the priest sex abuse scandal, reportedly will resign this week. Today's Los Angeles Times says Keating is being forced out after he recently compared some bishops to the mafia. California Governor Gray Davis may never finish his second term because of a recall campaign that's picking up steam. Sandra Hughes has more on the well-financed effort to drive the incumbent out.
Sign a petition to recall Gray Davis. Angry petitioners have set their sights on making California history, ousting a governor who was just re-elected.
So why are you mad? How long have you got?
With a 24% approval rating, Governor Gray Davis is a tempting target. The state is saddled with a monumental budget deficit, and Davis has already taken heat for his handling of the state's energy crisis.
He is not upholding his campaign promise.
Recall supporters say they are close to getting the 900,000 signatures to force a special election. The campaign was energized by millionaire Republican Congressman Darrell Issa, who contributed more than $600,000 to the effort and wants the governor's job.
This is about Gray Davis's failures, not about Republican advantage.
But Davis supporters say that's exactly what it's about, because the GOP was swept from every state office in the last election.
We had an election. I won it fair and square. Obviously, the people lost it, won another election.
Here's how a recall would work. Voters would be asked to check a box on the ballot to recall the governor, then choose from a list of possible replacements. Many names are being floated as replacements, including an A-list Hollywood actor who's been coy about his intentions.
This is really embarrassing. I just forgot the name of our state governor's name. But I know that you will help me recall him.
Political observers say the recall goes beyond partisan politics.
If this recall succeeds, it can destabilize the government of the nation's
largest state, the nation's largest economy.
Even if the recall fails, many fear the governor has been damaged by the effort and that his ability to lead the state out of its budget crisis may be in jeopardy. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, an American convoy ambush north of Baghdad as the U.S. launches another sweep against pro-Saddam diehards.
I'm not taking any chances.
I'm not putting it off a minute longer.
58% of women in their 50s have thinning bones, and risk increases with age. But a quick and painless bone density test can tell if your bones are thinning. If they are, this is the age of Fosamax. Fosamax once weekly is for postmenopausal women at risk for or with osteoporosis. It's proven to help reverse bone loss. You should not use Fosamax if you have certain disorders of the esophagus, are unable to stand or sit upright for 30 minutes, have severe kidney disease, or low blood calcium. Before use, talk to your doctor if you have stomach or digestive problems. Stop taking Fosamax and tell your doctor if you develop new or worsening heartburn, difficult or painful swallowing, or chest pain, because these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
Bone density test?
Bone density test. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Ask your doctor about a bone density test and if Fosamax is right for you. This is the age of Fosamax, helping reverse bone loss.
What's as gentle as Senecot natural vegetable laxatives? Senecot tablets contain 100% natural senna. The original senna laxative shown to be effective in 50 clinical studies. Yet Senecot gives you overnight relief from occasional constipation gently. Senecot works gently, works overnight.
A fresher tasting tuna is making waves all over America. It's Star-Kissed in the Flavor Fresh pouch, and people love it.
Star-Kissed in the pouch tastes fresher than canned.
Much fresher than canned.
Because the Flavor Fresh pouch locks in the fresh taste. And look, there's no messy draining.
So you can take the fresh taste anywhere. We love it on everything, from salads to pasta.
To have fresher tasting tuna, you'd have to catch it yourself.
Star-Kissed in the Flavor Fresh pouch. The star is fresh taste.
Looks like heartburn. Showtime!
Wait, look! They don't just have heartburn.
They also have pressure and bloating. That's gas.
Oh, no!
Sorry, guys. They need more than just heartburn relief. They need me! Hey, Maalox Max! When you have it all,
treat it all!
You bet. Fast heartburn relief plus strong gas relief. That's Maalox Max.
Thanks, Max.
Just doing my job. Maalox Max. When you have it all, treat it all.
Ask your doctor today if Lipitor is right for you.
It's a beautiful morning.
Ask your doctor today about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck, and find out what Vioxx can do for you. Vioxx.
U.S. troops in Iraq launched another massive security sweep today, shortly after the deadline expired for Iraqis to turn in weapons. Mark Phillips reports the Americans are running into growing resistance and resentment.
Another ambush. An American convoy hit by a rocket-propelled grenade attack near Balad, north of Baghdad. And on a day when the U.S. launched another major operation to find those behind these attacks. This time they're calling it Operation Desert Scorpion, directed at the town of Fallujah, 40 miles west of Baghdad, and at the remnants of Saddam's Ba'athist party who are thought to have put a bounty on American lives.
Our belief is that they're probably instigating some of the activities that are down here, paying people, a couple $100 to shoot an RPG at an American or try to shoot them with an AK-47.
We are against America. Believe me.
The anger level over the American presence in this town is still high, and the effort to win people over by cleaning the place up and making civic improvements hasn't had much effect so far. Neither has the weapons amnesty program, which ended today. It was an attempt to get guns off the streets, but manning the collection points has been about the loneliest job in the country. It's now illegal to carry guns in public or to possess an unauthorized firearm. But the toll of turned-in weapons, according to the military, just 123 pistols, about 500 rifles, 46 machine guns, and 11 anti-aircraft guns. Tens of thousands of weapons are still thought to be out there in a population that feels too insecure to give them up.
The weapons amnesty program has fallen victim to an Iraqi catch-22. Nobody will give up their guns unless the security situation improves, and the security situation won't improve until people give up their guns. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Baghdad.
A sixth straight night of protests in Iran is raising new questions about the stability of the Iranian government. The protests highlight U.S. concern about Iran's nuclear program. And Elizabeth Palmer says a report due tomorrow won't ease those concerns.
To America's dismay, Russia has been helping Iran with its nuclear program, building a reactor in the Iranian city of Bushehr. Until recently, the Russians swore it would only be used to generate electricity.
But they got a nasty shock when the International Atomic Energy Agency discovered the Iranians had quietly been building a huge plant to enrich uranium, something that would be key in making weapons. And on Monday, the agency is also going to announce the Iranians had secretly imported uranium from China.
The Russian government does not want Tehran to get the bomb, and officially they've reacted by demanding that all the spent fuel from the reactor be returned to Russia.
If you bring the fuel, you put this into the nuclear power station, then the spent fuel we're bringing back. How we can use this?
But it's Russia's unofficial cooperation with Iran that's most ominous. Russia is full of nuclear material and underpaid nuclear scientists who don't see why they shouldn't deal with Tehran.
We desperately need cash. What should we do? There is a client. Why shouldn't we provide him that technology, those materials he seeks when we have it?
President Vladimir Putin, meeting with President Bush in St. Petersburg, told reporters the positions of Russia and the U.S. on the issue of nuclear cooperation with Iran are much closer than they seem. But it's not the position of Russian officials the U.S. has to worry about. It's the clandestine activities of Russian nuclear rogues. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Moscow.
The Coast Guard called off the search along the Oregon coast for two men still missing after their fishing boat capsized with 19 people aboard. Federal safety experts went over the 32-foot charter boat before hauling it off the beach. The boat was hit by a wave after it left harbor yesterday. 9 bodies have been recovered. Just ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, what's behind the huge sales of Hillary Clinton's book and what may be ahead for the former First Lady.
What's this?
Breakfast.
It's kind of early, buddy.
You guys need to take some cholesterol off of you.
Honey, have you been reading the Cheerios box again?
I got that off the box.
Cheerios is still the only leading cold cereal clinically proven to reduce cholesterol to help your heart.
That was very thoughtful of you. Very early, but very thoughtful.
Cheerios, good for the heart.
When my doctor said Zocor was right for me, I stayed with it. Ask your doctor if Zocor could work for you. Zocor. Be there.
Yes, let's stay together.
That was me. My achy joints made it hard for me to get around, so I tried OsteoBiflex. It safely lubricates joints and rebuilds cartilage, so over time you're more flexible and comfortable. OsteoBiflex, put some life back in your joints.
Mom, you're just like everyone else. Give or take a few extra arms. The standard issue eyes in the back of your head. And of course, you also have a keen sense of what your child needs. Great tasting, 100% pure Minute Maid premium orange juice. Now with calcium and vitamin D. For moms who know, it's Minute Maid.
The Thompsons love to change that wall in the living room. They change it and change it. Then Gateway introduced them to the 42-inch plasma TV for under $3,000, with no payments and no interest for a whole year. Once again, they get to change that wall in the living room, and change it, and change it. Call 1-800-GATEWAY, click Come In, and start enjoying the comforts of Gateway.
Some paper towels say they're strong, so you may think they work better than Bounty. They don't. Put them to the same test, and other towels just fall apart. Only Bounty is quilted, so it's stronger and holds up to even the toughest jobs. Bounty, the stronger quilted quicker picker-upper.
Few women ever gave birth to a child as beloved as the one she gave birth to. J.K. Rowling and her brainchild, Harry Potter, tonight on 60 Minutes.
This week, you'll see Harrison Ford, Dolly Parton, American Idol's Kelly Clarkson, and a hot concert with Train. So wake up to The Early Show, the fastest-growing network morning news program.
It is a book publishing phenomenon that's one for the books. On the shelves barely a week, Hillary Clinton's book is outselling all expectations and fueling speculation about her future. The next chapter of the former First Lady's career is the focus of tonight's Weekend Journal.
Just so the cameras can see.
With Senator Clinton's life now officially an open book, she spent the week promoting it at bookstores, reading excerpts about daughter Chelsea going off to college.
I spent weeks beforehand making lists of all the things she needed to take to school. She and I made shopping trips to Linen and Things and Bed Bath & Beyond.
She also talked it up on TV.
Both of us worked very, very hard.
And amid the publicity blitz, Living History is flying off the shelves.
We're now looking at a book that we think will sell twice as many copies as we had originally projected.
In fact, it could sell as many copies in 1 week as all the other nonfiction bestsellers combined. So why are so many people buying a book about the life of a woman whose story is already so well known? Charlotte Abbott watches book industry trends.
That book sitting on your coffee table says something about who you are. It says that you support Hillary Clinton, that you went right out and bought the book as soon as it was available.
But it may not just be Hillary fans doing the buying. More Americans dislike Mrs. Clinton than like her, according to a new CBS News poll. 32% have an unfavorable opinion. But even many of her critics agree she has positive qualities. Overall, most Americans consider her highly intelligent and hardworking.
I want to read everything about what she has to say.
Think she's going to run for president?
I hope she does. I'll vote for it.
While most of Living History is not about her husband's history with former White House intern Monica Lewinsky, it may be the chapter of their life that draws the most curiosity. Promoting her book on British television, Mrs. Clinton was asked how she feels about Lewinsky.
About her in particular, you feel sorry for her?
Absolutely.
She was a victim too, in a way.
Absolutely. But there were so many victims. And these people were willing to destroy anyone in order to end my husband's presidency.
Give your name and address and phone number.
Senator Clinton is using her book tour to hammer away at that theme, blaming political enemies for she and her husband's woes in the White House. And some suspect, though she insists she's not interested in the job,
yeah, I think this is kind of, she's laying down the groundwork to become president in 2008.
Senator Clinton might hope this book, published by the same company which owns CBS, can help start a new chapter in her life, but it's certainly not the last word from the past. The former president's book is due out next year. We'll be back.
Ask your doctor today if Lipitor is right for you.
Got an itch? Scratching tears up skin. Maximum strength Lanacaine saves your skin from scratching with maximum anti-itch medicine and antibacterial to help kill germs. Lanacaine stops the itch, saves your skin.
Hey, have you called your doctor yet about the purple pill called Nexium? Well, perhaps you should wait till you get home. Find out if Nexium is right for you and visit us at purplepill.com.
Can one Swiffer wet cloth clean your entire floor? Thanks to the powerful cleaning solution, the answer is yes. And then some. Stop cleaning. Start Swiffering.
Ants. Ugh, not good. Spiders and roaches, they're even worse. You spray, but they just keep coming back. The solution? Ortho Home Defense. Just one application helps eliminate bugs for months. Spray indoors to kill bugs you already have. Then spray outside to form a barrier. that helps prevent new bugs from getting in. Ortho Home Defense gets them out, keeps them out for months, guaranteed. Right, Murph? Ortho, always the right solution.
After Dad's stroke, he had to go into a nursing home.
Well, it was okay. It was nearby.
Yeah, but it wasn't like home. After a couple of months, we could bring him here and take care of him. He likes it better here. Right, Dad?
Food's better.
Long-term care insurance from Mutual of Omaha isn't for getting old.
Social life is not much.
It's for living well. Begin today.
Ensure
friendship.
Ensure
Laughter.
Ensure
Tears.
Ensure
Victory.
Millions of healthy people are discovering Ensure. One glass gives you complete, balanced nutrition when you can't have foods like these. Ensure
Family. Wonder. Life.
Ensure to your health. Now with lutein to help support the health of your eyes.
Aircraft maintenance. With millions of lives at stake, how would you feel about secretaries signing off on repairs at a major airline? We asked a safety official.
The name that's next to some of these items here are secretaries.
They're what?
Secretaries.
So what's going on? Eye on America investigates Monday on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Bet you didn't know it, but the 30-team National Women's Football Association has wound up its regular season and the playoffs are coming up. Some of the teams may have ladylike names like the DC Divas, but Joey Chen found that these ladies love to run, block, and tackle.
It's hard to stop Donna Wilkinson. The league's leading rusher gained 1,000 yards this season. But first she's got to get past the Baltimore defensive line and Jackie Craig.
We ain't never scared. Bone crushers.
At 41 years old, she's not the oldest player on this team or the only grandmother.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to one of the hottest rivalries in the 3-year-old National Women's Football Association. The home team Baltimore Burn against the division winner DC Divas. Full contact football played by grown women who know what you are thinking.
Women play football like powder puff, right? And we're like, no, we play full contact football.
For real.
So, yeah, for real.
For real. 4'11" Amy Zhuang had 18 tackles in a single game. And then there's number 36, running back Monica Livingston.
You are fast? I'm very fast.
And you are tough.
Yeah.
The players in this league aren't paid. A number work in law enforcement, like Maryland prison captain Jackie Craig, a rookie defensive tackle.
And it gives me an opportunity to be very physical, and I like that. I like being very physical.
And there's financial analyst Gail Dilla, who crunches numbers, and despite her crunched knee, warns opponents not to try to get past the DC defense.
I've got to move for them if they try that, and I'll take care of that. They don't try that again, let's just put it that way.
It's the kind of attitude the fans, fed up with high-priced, big-headed players in another football league, can appreciate.
But I also enjoy the fact that they're out there busting their rear ends.
I've got to move for them.
Not for money, but because they love the game.
Not for money or full stadiums, at least not just yet. The Burn beat the Divas last night 22-14. They'll meet again in the playoffs. But for all these women, it's already been a championship season. Joey Chen, CBS News, Dundalk, Maryland.
And that's the CBS Evening News. Later on CBS 60 Minutes and a profile of Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. Tomorrow on the early show, the latest on the Oregon fishing boat accident. I'm Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, New York. Happy Father's Day. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com. CBS News.
Straight ahead on News Channel 5 at 5:30, more problems for a local business that has already lost lots of money. State of Tennessee says that huge fire could have been prevented. Plus, some of you could be in for yet another stormy night. We'll talk to Charlie Neese and find out what to expect. And some mid-state teachers could soon be out of a job. We'll tell you why some of them may have to be laid off. The news is now.
from your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Scott Couch. We're glad you're with us tonight. Mother Nature is topping our news this Father's Day. Strong storms are moving across the mid-state tonight, and some of those storms are packing some pretty heavy rain showers. What can we expect for the balance of the night? Let's check in with Charlie Neese over in the Storm 5 Weather Center.
Well, Scott, I think through the rest of the evening we are going to continue to see showers and thunderstorms in areas. Here's a look at the radar right now, and you can see not everybody's seeing rain, but those who are seeing some pretty heavy downpours already. This evening we've had some reports of some flooding out on Old Hillsborough Road near Leapers Fork with a storm earlier that was over Williamson County. A little closer inspection now. Good news is no watches and warnings at this moment. The last warning